Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the MLG.TV arena here in Columbus, Ohio. My name is F. and I'm joined here by a slew of casters and production, but most importantly, the teams. We've got your North American Xbox Pro League here, and they're ready to fill out what's going to be the finals. 3 teams have qualified for the SWC, and here we're going to crown the final team. We've got Eager, we've got Epsilon. That's going to start off the day, but we've got tons more teams here for you. We're going to talk to Bart and Adonis up top to break down the entire tournament.
Thank you very much, Tom. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the commentary desk here live from Columbus, Ohio at the MLG TV arena. My name is Bart, and this is Kevin. Kevin, a.k.a. Adonis, I guess just to say your name.
Adonis.
Not everyone knows you as Kevin.
Some people do.
Many people do. But I'm still Bart, regardless of handle here or there. And, well, we got a good one for you guys here today. It's going to be 5 teams battling it out for one spot at the Smite World Championship Xbox One Invitational. Let's take a quick look at how today is going to break down.
So 8 of the top Xbox North American teams competed in a Pro League, and the top 6 were invited to the MLG Finals. Now, Juice unfortunately could not make it, but we have Eager, Epsilon, XGN, Cognitive Gaming, and Elevate. All these matches are going to be best of 3. Grand Finals, of course, best of 5, and it's going to be a single elimination tournament.
Now, taking a look at how these teams got here, we'll see how they did perform in the online league, and here are the standings from the Xbox division. Cognitive Gaming and XGN were tied at the top 10 and 4. Cog did win the coin toss there. Also worth noting, this XGN squad, a couple of those losses came before their current roster.
The old PC Denial team, the team that got eliminated and did not make it to the regionals, actually jumped over onto Xbox. And like you said, that former XGN roster ended up quitting, and those 5 players were able to jump on and really perform so well. I believe all 10 of the wins were from this current roster, and 2 of the losses were actually the old roster.
Yes.
So
rounding out 3rd and 4th tie for Eager and Juice. Juice not in attendance here today. Elevate, they're the 5th place team at 7 and 7, and then just barely not making it Aware and Onslaught, just under the 6 wins, 8 losses mark that Epsilon will sneak into 6th with here at the LAN.
And these teams are going to be competing for $50,000 in prize pool, as well as that coveted SWC spot. Now, just to note, Eager has already qualified through UMG invite, so even if they win this tournament, they will not get a second invite. Obviously, it'll go to the 2nd place team, but $25,000 for 1st place, $10,000 for 2nd, $5,000 split among 3rd and 4th, and then 5th and 6th will be taking their share of $2,500.
Taking a look now at how things will go down today as they compete for their share of this $50,000. Here is your bracket. Elevate getting a bye over Juice, who's not in attendance here to face Cognitive in the first game out of the semifinals. But we're going to be starting things off today with Eager versus Epsilon, winner of whom going on to face XGN.
And then, obviously, the Grand Finals will be the final day. Let's actually take a quick look at the current schedule and see when these teams will be competing. Of course, first off, it'll be Team Eager taking on Team Epsilon here in just a couple minutes. After that, we will advance on to Elevate taking on Cognitive Gaming. Finally, XGN will take on the winner of this first match, Epsilon versus Eager, and that will be the final match of the day until Championship Sunday.
That's right. So 3 best of 3s coming your way today, guys. After shortly following the pregame show, we'll get into the first one, Eager versus Epsilon. And then Sunday, we'll have the Grand Finals. Kevin, any thoughts for our first match coming up here?
It should be pretty exciting. I mean, Eager
the favorite.
I would say so, considering that they've already qualified for the SWC. But maybe they won't put on the strongest performance because of that. Maybe they're just like, they feel already confident.
They're feeling magnanimous and let someone else win? I doubt it. I think they're out here for blood. I mean, it's still $25,000 for 1st place.
That is
a nice
a lot
chunk
of money.
Change. Definitely worth competing over. But guys, that does it for us from the commentary desk here. Just before we get into game number 1, let's toss it down to F. on the floor with a quick interview with the teams, and then we'll get into it. Tom, take it away.
Thanks a lot, guys. Down here on the floor with your 2 teams that are going to be facing off. To my left, I've got Air Cougar representing Eager. And then right here, we've got the man Kata representing Epsilon. You guys have played over 7 weeks of regular season play to get here. What really did you guys have planned for the LAN?
Just play our best. We didn't have the best season. We had to play a lot of subs, scheduling issues, things like that. So we are definitely coming into this LAN as underdogs, and we're looking to prove everybody wrong.
Awesome. So you guys are some of your team's first times being at LAN. What's a little bit different being here versus being home?
Well, no latency is really nice. I personally play Hunter, so that's going to be a big difference. I think we play really well at LAN. We played well against Juice at LAN. We outperformed what a lot of people thought we were going to do, and I plan to do the same thing today.
Excellent. Now, as I said, you guys are going to go up against Air Cougar's squad, Eager. You guys have anything special planned for this team particularly?
They're a really good team. They're coming in at 3rd seed. They've been the same team for a long time. They've been together for anyone longer than anyone else. They haven't had any roster swaps or anything. So we know what to expect against them. They also know what to expect against us. So we're just going to go out and play how we always do.
All right, thank you, Kata. Now over here on the side of Air Cougar, again, 7 weeks of competition, but you guys did very well at UMG, so not the first rodeo for you guys at LAN. What's different here in Columbus than down in Atlanta?
We're not playing for a world spot, so it's a lot more relaxed for us. We're here just to enjoy the time, get more LAN experience.
Awesome. So as I sort of asked Kata over here what his expectations was for you guys, he said you guys were pretty sedentary and he knows what to expect. Are we going to get any surprises out of you guys?
No surprises. Epsilon's definitely not a team to overlook by any means, so we're just going to play how we've been preparing against other teams and just do our best.
Fantastic. Well, we've got 2 high-caliber teams going to be playing their best, Eager and Epsilon. Good luck to you both. Kevin and Bart, take it away.
Thank you very much, Tom. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, just moments away from getting into game number 1. Kevin, we've already talked a little bit about who we think is maybe has the edge here in Eager. Saw the 2 hunters there, Kata and Air Cougar. Air Cougar, I mean, here's what I remember about Air Cougar. He played on her.
He played on her.
And like no one else has been playing on her on the Xbox scene.
Actually, Air Cougar has a pretty wide god pool. He obviously came from PC Smite originally, one of the first actually to jump over to Xbox once it was released about a year ago. And he really, I'd say, has been the player that has pioneered a lot of the meta over on Xbox. And, you know, he's been the best or one of the best hunters in the scene since its inception. It's going to be interesting to see if he brings out anything crazy. But, you know, while most players are playing that Medusa, the Hou-Yi, the pretty standard picks, he will bring out the Neath, the Yonhers, maybe something even spicier. Who knows? Maybe we'll play a Cupid.
Oh.
I don't think he will, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's worth noting, Kevin and I last weekend were in the UK for the European side of the Xbox qualifiers as well, where, I mean, I think that we saw, generally speaking, a similar meta to what we saw in North America. Anything stand out to you that was drastically different?
I'd say how powerful Guan is. And there actually are a couple teams, Epsilon, one of the most notable ones, so maybe we'll see them drafted. They actually play it in almost every single role. They played in support, solo, jungle as well. We'll have to see. You can see Epsilon on your screen right there. Sealcar going to be your solo laner. Shame the jungler. Penny in the mid. Kenshin the support, and then you can see Catalyst. He's already getting ready for picks and bans. He's standing up. He's ready to play.
And you can obviously follow those guys on Twitter. You see below there. That makes up an Epsilon. Let's take a look over at Eager now. Introduce those squad as well. As you can see the teams. A lot of smiles on the side of Epsilon here.
A lot of hand rubbing too. I like all of them.
Yeah,
it's not cold in here either. They're just ready.
Well, here's Eager, ladies and gentlemen. You may recognize some of these faces. At least one of them is going to be maybe recognizable to some of the PC pros. Air Cougar, once known as Astro Squared, longtime competitor in the Challengers Cup scene.
Jelly, his support to his right. In the middle, that's Sam Bam. Matt Coy's following him, and then finally the solo laner, Dworst on the far right. Wave your hand, Dworst.
I got him.
He's waving it. He's happy.
Matt Coy's looking confused, sewing up the peace signs there. You can see the guys here coming from all over: New Mexico, Illinois, California. Another Illinois boy and
2 Illinois
Michigan.
boys.
Few of them all clustered up there in the northern parts of the Midwest. But Sam Bam playing on that West Coast ping.
Yeah, that was, I believe, it was Kata said the same thing. He's really enjoying the no latency. So it is actually a pretty big shift going from LAN to or online to LAN. And you know, Eager actually probably one of the more tenured teams on LAN, I would say.
Yeah. Eager has attended what all of the Xbox LANs there have been, so yeah.
Outside of UK, obviously.
Well,
but
yeah, indeed.
A majority of them.
All the ones they were eligible for.
They placed very well in New Orleans. Did they place second in New Orleans? I know Elevate won it. I believe Eager was second.
Yes,
correct?
I think they were.
Okay, so I mean they've been at the top. So I mean, first and second place finishes. They have to be a favorite going in here, even though they aren't first or second seed.
Look at this background.
This is
phenomenal. Shout out to MLG having a really nice set here.
This is actually
what we have in Atlanta.
This is actually really great.
Yeah,
we're actually in the God Tower, which is we actually have the players to our
are
sides.
Down below us.
This is
exactly how I want to live my life.
I'm enjoying this.
Also, a big shout out to the MLG staff and everyone that's help us set up this event. In addition to the online qualifiers, Ravage and what's his name down there? Now I've completely
I
forgotten.
know.
No, you don't know either? Rich. It's
I
Rich.
know
There we go.
what it is. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Rich. I don't know his handle, but he's Rich to me. I was trying to think of if there was a handle there I was missing. But yeah,
I
Ravage
couldn't
and Rich been commentating all the online play. But guys, with that, as you can see, we're moving into the P's and B's, the eponymous picks and bans. Epsilon in the first position. They're going to get rid of hell out of the first position. Always a subject of conversation, as this god is incredibly highly contested and valued, and generally will not be banned out of the first position, putting a lot of pressure on the second team. But in this case, Epsilon not keen on the lady.
Pretty high-tier mage picks banned away already. Zhang Kui taken out as well. Jing Tin eliminated by Epsilon. So, yeah, I'm really surprised Epsilon actually, in that
two first picks.
In the first pick position, they banned out two of the most highly contested gods. But they actually do really enjoy Guan Yu. They have first picked him, so maybe that's kind of their deal, where they're just going to take away every single top pick in this LAN and then secure that Guan Yu.
Yeah, well, it helps if you play a little off meta in that regard. But Kepri. Kepri's going to be banned out finally, and it's going to be the Athena as the highly valued pick. This should put Medusa on the side of Eager. That's been the general gist we've seen.
It's the fact that you can't just allow Epsilon to pair that Medusa-Athena combo. It's a guaranteed stun unless the enemy team's beads. And if they do beads, then you don't have to waste the Medusa ult. It's just too good of a combination to give up. And Eric Cougar also one of the strongest Hunter players on Medusa we've seen in the scene, and it's going to be actually Guan Yu and Soul locked in.
So they'll take away the Guan Yu from Epsilon perhaps here, Will Eager.
I'm really interested in Soul, because Soul wasn't actually available at ESL UK, so we haven't seen her in a high-tier competitive Xbox scene yet. It'll be interesting to see where Eager put her.
No Xingqian, no Soul were available in that.
Do you think it'll be mid, or you think that's going to Air Cougar?
Soul? I would assume to Air Cougar. I think there's a lot of good mid picks. Soul's one of the hunters that does provide a lot of AoE potential, which is very valuable, I think, on the console scene. And there's still things in the mid lane like the Poseidons and the Isises and things that do have a lot of AoE potential as well. Isis we saw be a big contributor in the ESL event. But oh my goodness, Nemesis, Chang'e.
Wow, that Chang'e is actually going mid. This is Penny, and Penny is one of the only players.
Is this the zero start?
I don't know if he'll do the zero start, or zero start, where it's the Soul Stone.
Soul Stone, first wave, Vamp Shroud.
Yeah, you send your bunny back.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. But this Nemesis actually is picked up quite often by Epsilon. They don't even pick it up against tanky lineups typically. They just enjoy the Nemesis pick heading into late game.
Highly mobile. Yeah. Hard to confirm damage on as well with the Retribution Shield. Sylvanas is going to be locked in by Eager. They now have two healers here, Guan Yu and Sylvanas. One of them going to be in a core position. Guan Yu, probably for now, we're going to say he'll be the solo laner, but does definitely have some viability in the jungle. Shibalanke. So not worried about the Dusa and Athena combination as Eager.
They don't seem to care. Epsilon looking for their final ban here against Team Eager. Considering Eager already has locked in their soul, I don't expect to see a Hunter ban, but it's always a possibility. We have seen teams, put the soul in the dual lane and then run the Neath or Medusa in the mid lane to kind of balance that mage and physical damage.
Eager is setting up for a draft that should include a Neath, considering how we saw at least this kind of competition played at the last LAN.
Yeah, I really think it's a possibility in the middle.
Zeus also available in this lane. We didn't mention that. Also was not available last weekend.
Pretty surprised, actually, that I got this far in and Neath. No hesitation. Bart going to call it out. Neath almost guaranteed to go to the mid lane, I would imagine. Soul probably going to be going to Air Cougar in that dual lane. Epsilon looking for their final two picks. They have their support, jungler, and mid is what I'm assuming. Still looking for their soul laner to match up against the Guan Yu, and then their hunter.
Maybe some Osiris, some Odin, some built-in anti-healing perhaps. I mean, they have the Chang'e who brings some anti-healing to the table.
There's always the Hades possibility as well, match up against the Guan Yu. But we've actually seen Guan Yu's win that lane on Xbox, which typically is a matchup that should go heavily in Hades' favor. Tyr going to be locked in. The recent buff to Tyr actually very strong.
The Lawbringer. Here he is, locked in. One more pick pending on the side of Epsilon. It'll be Kronos. Hunter
Kronos. They're actually, this Epsilon squad, one of the only ones who run it outside of the Paradigm boys over in Europe. And Ymir, no hesitation, going to be locked in. More than likely going to McCoy's in the jungle, who...
yeah, feels like a jungle pick here.
Who really enjoys those frontline tanky guardians. And then I believe he plays Serket and Bastet if he's looking for any hard assassins.
It would be very strange to put Guan Yu the jungle and Ymir in the solo in this situation.
It just wouldn't really make sense.
It's been done before. I mean, hey, Glacial Strike's on an 8-second cooldown. You can definitely solo lane with that.
That's true.
Hey, look, you can see us in this shot. That's me bobbing my head up and down. That's where we are, in case you're wondering. If you're at home, we're like, what is it like here in the, hey, what's up, guys? We're at the MLG arena. As
Dorst is looking at us.
Yeah, Dorst.
Hi, Dorst.
No, I think they're deep in the team comms now. You can see the players starting to load into the game there, guys. And, well, we're just moments away from kicking off game number 1 here. And, well, it sounds like, I think, before the picks and bans, both of us had Eager with the edge here over Epsilon in game number 1. I'm going to go ahead and say that that has been solidified by Eager. I like this
agree.
composition a lot more.
This is
but
what
Epsilon's playing the Epsilon game.
Eager actually came out with the squad that we saw the Paradigm roster play over at the Super Regionals on PC. This Soul in the duo, and then the Neath to counterbalance it, right? It's about putting that Neath in the mid to help make sure that your Soul can dominate lane. And it's just so much pressure, honestly, in all of these lanes.
Yeah, not to mention also that Soul does not bring... one of the really valued things about Hunters in Smite is their ability to itemize early into lifesteal and be basically a drain or lifesteal tank on the match objective, the Gold Fury. And Soul will not be getting lifesteal in any meaningful capacity in this game with the ability to tank up a Gold Fury like that. Hey, look, check out that sweet recolor of Soul there. But yeah, so the Neath kind of helps you bridge that gap effectively is what we're getting at there.
Let's talk about this dual lane from Air Cougar and Jelly. Sylvanas Soul. Like, you actually cannot outpush this. Not only is Soul, or excuse me, Soul lane dominator, but Sylvanas is also that support that you would typically pair with your Jablankes or your low clearing hunters that struggle early to make sure they can get through that early game into their mid game itemization. And there is actually no hope for Kronos and Athena here.
Kronos is going to have a really hard time in this lane because he's gone for a 0 pod open.
Oh, wow. Trying to stack a very early...
greedy boys.
That's pretty greedy. I mean, just any poke, and he's going to be forced out of this.
That's right, and one thing that Soul and Sylvanas are pretty good at is poking out gods.
This is going to be rough for Kata. I'll have to see how he's going to
I mean, it could be
manage
inclusive of early back and look at the Chang'e. It does look like it is going to be the Zyro's double starter start. Double starter start, say that times. 10 times fat.
Double starter start. Not 10 times, I'll do it twice.
Twice is enough.
3 times, then I'm going to start messing it up.
You impressed me. So what we're getting at here, guys, you see that little bunny behind the lady with the dress, well, kind of underneath the dress, as it were. That money can be sent back to the base to pick up items, and you can see 650 gold nearly, and it's 800 gold for a starter. So right as this camp goes down, and right as he makes his way to the mid lane, Penny's going to send the bunny back and pick up a Vamp Shroud. Vampiric Shroud is another starter.
Oh, look at this invade. They actually let the speed buff get taken. They wanted to bait them into the blue buff, but it looks like Epsilon smelled it out.
Yeah, I think the Chang'e spotted that on rotation. No, they have the ward coverage there.
That's true. Okay.
Very deep ward coverage.
So Eager going to be stealing away this blue buff, but Epsilon going to respond nicely. And this is what we really expect from Eager. They have lane dominators. They have a lot of early and high pressure, especially with Matt Koi's on this jungle Amir. And Epsilon, it's a time bomb for them. They need a little bit to get going.
Let's check in over here on the left side lane. As it does look like we're going to have a disengage with Epsilon. You'll see early on here. Kata somehow makes it through that first wave without taking any damage. That's good news.
And this is something that Eager might debate, just actually zoning this wave out.
Versus actually pushing it in.
Just force early fights, and even if it's just for poke, if they take note that there's no potions on Kata, there's no reason for them not to force this.
Worth noting here as well.
That this is going to be bad for Epsilon. Look at this pinch.
Oh, yeah, he's going to find two with the second ability as well. The root, the damage coming through, and a lot of trouble is going to be Shame. Was that a weakening curse popped early? It was by the Sylvanas. I don't think I'm going to be able to pick this up unless Jelly finds Jelly just off the mark there. Shame. Going to barely avoid an early death. Chang'e has picked up that Vamp Shroud now. Really late, actually.
Like she didn't send the bunny back, it seems.
If she did, it was very late that she sent the bunny back. Should have had that a little bit earlier.
Kata,
this is definitely not in his favor. He's out of regen altogether. He's going to get smacked around by Air Cougar now. He's going to cancel right out of that Disapparate. One more spell should do it. Can he hit the in-hand? Yes, he can. Down will go Kata, soloed by Air Cougar. And that one, honestly, didn't even really look too difficult. Like, it didn't have to spend too many...
No.
Like, it didn't have to dive the tower. Didn't really have to expend any resources. It was a...
pretty clean.
Pretty straightforward kill there.
Both the supports rotated out of lane, and it just seemed just trying to clear the lane. Kata got a little over-aggressive, and that's the risk when you run the no-pot start. Sealcar going to be clearing this wave. Should be fine for the most part, but this very early aggro comp coming up from Eager, already netting them 2 kills and a 1,200 gold lead. This is exactly what they wanted going into this draft.
And there's a good reason why you almost never ever would see this kind of build out of a Kronos. If you do, it would be in the solo lane where you have the blue buff at least. You can kind of stay way back and farm up and have that mana regen. But no mana regen, no health regen out of
especially
the
against a Sylvanas. A little bit of aggression here in the middle lane. Freeze coming up by Matt Koi's, but Epsilon going to successfully disengage this. You can already see Sambam level 5, Penny just hitting level 4.
Can we take a quick look at Kata here, Peckies, if you don't mind, in the first person view, see if he's actually picked up any potions since he's come back from being dead there.
Pool in the mid lane going to miss. Jelly going to be taunted here, but looks like a little bit of poke and nothing else.
Oh no,
going
look,
on.
he's come back to lane without potions now.
Or actives.
So,
he needs to be careful. Eager could really aggress onto this lane and shut him down. Get Air Cougar ahead.
Well, look at the response from Eager for now. Sylvanas is just staying, floating in between the mid lane and the duo lane. as the supports generally will do, but it's given a ton of space for Jelly to move around this map. Like, there's just no pressure being put onto Airkruger, where in return, Kata being pushed around a little bit, Kenshin having to at least keep that in the back of his mind.
My question here is Catalyst going to, ooh, in the mid lane, Penny going to take some damage, but should be able to get out of that one. The combo coming out from Sam Bam and Matt Koi's not enough damage. And attack speed buff actually going to be stolen away here. Eager, once again, just trying to extend their lead, get any advantage they can. It looks like Shame wants to contest this, but he's just going to take a lot of poke. Jelly just off the mark on that pool. And Catalyst, all he can do is throw out autos. Look at this, Eager just invading everywhere on the map.
Yeah, blue buff going to be invaded again. Glacial Strike just a bit off the mark. Sandman going to throw in some token in hands on the Seal Car here, and he's just going to look to put out a bit of pressure before being forced to concede that blue buff again. Guan Yu, not done just yet. He's going to dash through and put out a couple in hands and tier. Well, he's going to sadly go back to the lane now, still with no real regen.
I'm just really surprised here in Epsilon's draft. The fact that they picked up 4 gods that need about 20 minutes to get online and start doing stuff. They have nothing to contest early game with.
Is that 20-minute timing now out of these characters going to be powerful enough to overcome Eager?
Even then.
Assuming that they're even going to the 20-minute mark. Even then, it's probably not more powerful than this draft from Eager, 20 minutes.
I mean, Epsilon are going to have to make sure that Eager doesn't get a lead more than 5,000, and we're 4 minutes in, and it's already at 2K. Without a gold tier even being contested. It's going to be rough for them, and you can see speed buff being stolen away as well. So far, Eager stolen away, I believe, what is that, 5 camps now at the 4-minute mark?
It's definitely worth noting here how much Eager has improved since the New Orleans LAN.
Significantly.
I mean, it's you would have never even been brave enough to suggest that one of the teams was going to invade, considering the level of play that we had just a couple of months ago. And now to see these guys playing at this level is really impressive. I mean, I thought for a moment there that maybe the EU teams were just a little bit further ahead than the North American teams when we saw the LAN last weekend,
yes.
And they had this kind of high-level strategic play. But, I mean, even still here, coming over back to North America, it does look like everyone's leveled up around the world here for Smite Xbox.
I think that's just how competitive these scenes are. I mean, you saw that there was not a team. Typically, you look at the PC scene, and there's always that one team that's nearly unbeatable by the rest of the field, or 2 teams. And basically, everyone in the Xbox MLG Pro League was able to take games off each other. Outside of Onslaught, right, who won 2 games. But everyone else able to take games off each other. Aware just missing out on this LAN by 1 win, so pretty significant.
But now, yeah, it's definitely the competition has certainly increased.
Look at this, Matt Koi's rotating underneath.
He's got a nice little angle here.
Shame's in
Nemesis
trouble.
in a lot of trouble. He should be looking to catch the dash here. Look at that wall. Brilliant play there coming out by Jelly. They're going to find maybe a second here. No, there'll be that follow-up route. I think they're going to dash out of there nicely. Gold Fury started up, but this is one of the small deficiencies in this Eager roster here is the Gold Fury is not the safest for them. They don't have any great secure outside of the Samir ultimate, but as long as he and Soul are alive and Neath is there to tank it up a bit, down it will go. Gold Fury #1 goes to Eager, 3-0, 6.5 minutes in for the boys in red. Kenshin. Oh yeah, that's
double stun.
Great Guan Yu ultimate.
Pinning gonna fall as well.
Through. They'll get a kill on the Jelly. Hey, why not? A little bit of extra gold onto your Sylvanas. Good news for Epsilon. Not that there is much, but the Warlock Slash is done now for Kronos. He can start investing a little bit into pots and actives.
I almost feel like he should have gone boots. I mean, you take a look, he's already 1,000 gold behind. He gave up first blood, and in addition, or actually no, it wasn't even first blood, he gave up second blood. And in addition to that, he's only a Gold Fury behind. This is just how dominant Airkruger has been in this lane. And once again, you can see Eager, they take the Gold Fury, they find a couple more kills, and they're already setting up for more invades. We haven't seen Sealcar able to secure a single blue buff 7 minutes in.
A little bit of credit where credit's due to Sealcar here. His tower hasn't gone down yet.
That's true. He's still managing to hold the lane.
First time to make a play here onto the Soul, but she's going to go into that disapparate form. Now she's going to move backwards. Looks like they want to, yeah, she realizes she's very, very dead here. Airkruger, down you go. The rotation is good. And the first kill on the board for Epsilon. A little out of position there, I think. Just a hair.
Pretty pushed up, no wards. You could see the rest of Epsilon, though, going to be pushing up that side lane, and it's just so hard for them to get anything around this map. Dwurst, the only one, I would say, on Team Eager, behind it all, and he's not even really behind.
Saw that player damage chart come up. Obviously, Dwarf's pretty high up there, as the Guan Yu being beaten around that tier a little bit, but the real winner here, it's the Neath and the Soul, putting out just over 2K apiece. I mean, these are not gods that generally are going to be doing a lot of damage to other players in the lane. Neath may be the most impressive there, putting up nearly 3K now. Kata finds himself in a ton of trouble. Jelly may just solo kill him here. Oh no, they forgot about that spell.
But look at this, the rotation already coming through. Athena actually lands, and this could be real bad for Epsilon. They could potentially lose 2 here. Taunt coming in. Jelly actually taking a lot of damage, but he'll be fine for the most part, able to heal up with those whiffs. Ymir ult charge, just zoning out Kenshin, and Kata, he's trying to do as much damage as he can, but huge rotation from Eager, going to lock down Kenshin.
Chang'e is going to rotate over here as well. Eager, they're going to continue hunting. And they're going to look for this Chang'e. Let's actually take a quick listen to the Eager comms now. Is going to look to chase down Penny.
Nice shit.
Nice. I'm looking strong. I got hurt.
I have no mana, Alright, that's it then.
I beats to get that kill, so my beats are down. That was kind of stupid. I'm backing. Oops.
Lol. Is there speed up?
Oh, dude, I have my ult in 40 seconds.
No, I will not be able to keep him here for 40 seconds.
I'm gonna
He's
go to you,
back.
blue.
Alright, I'm
I
gonna
keep
get.
forgetting to get beat.
I think the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna back. I'm backing.
What happened? Stream's down?
They're not saying anything.
Who's that say? It's a
Oh,
fight.
no,
Even
they're
if
on
the stream's
comms.
fucked up, it must be calm listening.
There aren't comms.
Oh.
They're probably listening to us.
I'm fucking dead, fam. I'm dead.
No, they're probably.
I'm thinking back left.
Hopefully they're on
Is it a
Epsilon.
good game part?
I'm backing. I'm gonna get beads. I need.
Alright, can you hold
my
that wave?
beads.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Look at
left
lefts. Lefts are coming up.
Left
We
mids are
need to-
coming up.
Definitely.
Penny's so
And
far
purple's
behind.
I
coming
have
up.
full
And
teleport
purple's
up.
coming up. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. I'm coming. I just gotta low. Purple or mids?
I'm going to
probably.
mids. I'll go to
Okay.
mids. We can go mids blue.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
Blue's
blue.
coming up. Blue's coming
I
up.
like CL
Athena's
not
here.
having
Athena's here. Athena's here.
I can contest purple by myself. As long as
Okay.
it's them. As long as
Push
I know
me
what
away,
them
push
do.
They have a ward right here.
You look for a pool. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Rudium.
That's fine.
Stash.
Alright.
Morning.
Watch out. Athena's coming.
I'm coming through mid. I'm coming through mid.
That's a
got
good
it.
fight. That's a good
There's
fight.
3 here.
Gonna
That's his
come
top
outside.
down. That's his
Yeah,
top
go on.
down.
Go on. Go on. Look for.
I don't have anything. Can we just do blue? My
Yeah,
pulse
go to
up-
the blue.
My
Go to
pulse
the
down
blue.
up for 10
Fine.
seconds.
Fine.
My ult's up.
Feels right behind me. I don't think he knows you're all here though. Now he does.
Starting it. My heal. Nem's coming behind us. Rooting him. Oh, he got it.
Kill him. Oh, we can
That
at least
sucks.
force his
Fight
ult.
this. Fight this.
Nope.
Turn on net maybe.
That sucks. Whatever.
Oops.
Rip the dream.
So, is it a good game, Bart?
Yeah, big thanks for the shout out there, Eager comms. That was the Turtle Beach listen in there, guys. And now, once again, Eager continues the aggression. They're going to knock up onto Shane. It's a big Chang'e ultimate's going to hit 4, but it's not enough for it to kill coming onto Shane nonetheless. Nemesis, down he goes. Dot.
That's when you know it's bad. When your Chang'e hits a 4-man ult and Eager laughs it off. You look at their health. They're not taking enough damage. They have so many heals. Sealcar going to rotate in with that Lawbringer.
Now you say
Athena ult
laughed
charged
it
on
off
top.
like they kind of just weren't too worried about the damage coming out when actually they were laughing. Like I could hear them in the venue. Penny, he's in quite a bit of trouble here as well. Guan Yu, he doesn't care too much about a tower. Penny going to try to evade his way out of this one. And Eager's going to go ahead and call up the aggression, take the tier 1 and move back, but not before finding yet another kill there on a Sealcar who made the late rotation. 8,500 XP, nearly 6,000 gold credited to the Eager boys. And in a game where Epsilon really needed to keep it close, they have not.
6,000 lead at 11 minutes is
And another gold
massive.
theory pending here.
And I don't see how Epsilon's going to contest this. I believe all ultimates are down from, it seems, all 10 players. Penny going to rotate in here, but he thinks better of it. Looking at the minimap, he's going to rotate back to mid lane, trying to farm up. And I'm pretty sure Penny, 12 minutes in, only has boots done, and then his 2 starter items. I mean, this is just how far behind Epsilon are right now. They picked 5 gods that just put no pressure early against Eager, who was all pressure.
The early height of the Urchin going to be coming up for the Athena as well. Maybe a little bit too greedy here, given how much they really need her to be a frontliner. Nemesis not going to be an effective frontliner for some time now, and with this Amir with a winged wand as well, it means that Nemesis doesn't really have a good option for where to go with that ultimate. Air Cougar, he's going to be in a bit of trouble over the wall of the time stop.
Nice
not
juke.
going to be juked out nicely, as you mentioned there by Air Cougar. And there will be no further aggression from Epsilon on the left side. Penny as well. Whoa, if they see Shane recall in lane here, this could be a tier 2 push. No, a mass recall will be the call from Eager.
Fire Giant is up, maybe something that they're looking to secure. I mean, it's only 12 minutes in, but Eager, they're so far ahead, it's something they could look to bait and at least get some early kills. Some big items going to be finished here. Winged Blade for Amir, working on that Midgardian mail, it seems. The Neath in the mid lane, finish Transcendence and Boots, has it stacked up all 50 stacks and working on the Soul Leader there. Going to be a couple hundred more gold for her.
Well,
Seal
I mean,
card.
pretty standard itemization here so far. I mean, Guan Yu picking up the Rune Forge. Sometimes you'll see a Jotun's Wrath in its place when you're kind of this far ahead, but Dwarf's going to go for a little bit of a more safe route. He's got a Teleport 3 online as well, and you can see that Guan Yu's Max Conviction, the heal as well. So team fight imminent from EGR here.
No objectives on the map here. Speed buff and blue buff going to be spawning on the right side for Epsilon. Eager has not let Sealcar get a single blue buff,
really
and
wants it.
it doesn't seem like he's going to get it this time either. Jelly and Matt Coy's rotating in, wall going to be put in place. Sealcar doesn't seem to care. He's going to fight Matt Coy's.
Looks like Epsilon's going to try to
he's gotta
fight
back
this
off this one.
Let's take a listen to the Epsilon comms and see if they are going to indeed engage here into Eager.
They're
literally just forcing me. They're on speed. They're on speed. We can defend.
Here, I got a tone here, pretty much. You guys ready? Are you guys ready?
Soul's going for my purple.
I'm going in. Wait, I'm not going
They're
in.
gonna
Hold
heal up, so.
on. They're on it. They're on it.
They take it.
Ready? Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, they got it. God damn,
You only
I'm
got
gonna
here. Back off.
Back up.
Hey, you're
die.
dead.
Devon assault. Emerald. Like,
Yeah, I can't do anything. I can't get it. I can't even get in there. Oh. Okay, we banned Soul.
we're still fighting for no reason. When I
Yeah.
we said to give this stuff up.
They
I don't know.
chase.
You guys want to play these cops, then you gotta listen to like what
Just
we
go on
said.
behind, go on behind, go on behind.
We said we wanted to
I know.
fight at speed, though.
I didn't. I don't know.
Go on
They're
behind
coming
you.
for you.
Maybe soon.
I know.
They're coming.
Dwarfs has a nice angle here. Fight not over just yet. Sealcar is going to heal up a bit off the creep. Doesn't have an ultimate available. Will Fearless and knocking Dwarfs away. One more stun from the Ymir is going to do it, but no. It does look like old Tier is going to make his way out of that one back to the Tier 2. But you heard in those Epsilon comms a little bit of dissension in the ranks as, well, the compositions is maybe a little bit too risky for what they really intend to do here. And you heard them saying, oh, let's not fight this, but then fighting nonetheless doesn't matter. Here comes a 3-man Athena taunt. Not going to find a kill on the back, but the long-range shot from Sam Bam enough to clean up Sealcar, and it's a double kill for the Eager mid laner.
13 kills to 1. We're only 15 minutes into this match, and Eager, they're 9K ahead. This is their game to lose. I mean, the XP difference just tells it all. You take a look right there. Jelly is level 13. The highest level on Epsilon is also 13. After that, or 14, so after that, it's just 10s and 11s across the board. Epsilon, they need... I think they just lost in picks and bans. That's just what happened. They lost in picks and bans. They drafted a very late game comp with no early pressure against Team Eager, who had pressure in every single lane.
And you heard them saying, we're going to ban Soul next game. Does Soul really seem like it shouldn't seem like the big problem here to me.
Maybe it's just something they haven't practiced against.
Or maybe it's just they were relying on Cat to have a really good laning phase. But here's the thing, right? Again, I don't think it was the Soul. It was the fact that you sent your Chronos to lane without any potions.
I'd have to agree. I think Kata kind of tied his hands behind his back, trying to get that early Warlocks online. He didn't even go boots, which means he has no way of dodging the poke that Soul puts out either.
Right.
And it's hard for him to juke the pools coming out of Jelly, and although we didn't see any connect, there was still that possibility. But Jelly just rotated to other lanes and make those pools.
Sealcar, both of his dashes are down. Not going to continue to aggress in as Eager. They do see the rest of Epsilon, or they figure the rest of Epsilon coming to help behind him. They do have a pretty deep ward there. It's going to spot at that blue buff. Blue buff coming back up shortly here. And Epsilon, looks like Sealcar really wants it this time.
Hopefully he can get it, man. This is a rough life for Sealcar. He hasn't got a single blue buff 16 minutes into the game. It's going to be spawning again here shortly. You can already see Matt Coy's, after stealing these, or securing these mid camps, likely going to rotate over and try and steal that away. 3 members grouped up from Epsilon in the mid lane here. And it even seems when they do get good aggression, like 4-man Athena taunts, 4-man Chang'e ults, it's still not enough.
Nothing left. How about old Tier here? What do you think he's itemizing into? Is this going to be the elusive Ankile?
It could be. Or it could be Runic Shield, reducing the magical power on Soul. And Matt Coy's is Ymir.
Gold Fury started up, and it's going to be, looks like uncontested. Guan Yu aggressing into the blue buff has gotten a lot of attention out of this Epsilon squad, and they're going to let this Gold Fury go completely.
Gold Fury is going to fall, but it seems the blue buff will be secured for the first time for Epsilon. Red buff about to spawn, but look at this. Jelly and Matt Coy's, they're already ready to blink over. There it goes. Penny takes to the sky, knocked up. Catalyst will hit the double stun. Penny now going to take a Nethal as well. That wall going to seal his fate. Ymir should secure this one, and rotation in from Athena blinks over the wall, but I mean, there's no follow-up damage.
Yeah. I mean, you saw how much Eager invested into that Chang'e, but it appears it's going to be worth it as they're going to net themselves a Tier 2 on the back of it.
All the Tier 2 towers down, left side and mid, and Eager with Gold Fury in hand, they're going to be pushing up and securing this Phoenix. It looks like this could actually be the end of the game.
Yeah, it depends if they find the kills here in this moment. There's going to be one on the Kenshin. Not the most important kill for now. They need to get rid of one of these DPSers. Let's take a listen in with the Eager comms as they look to break the Epsilon base.
Disengage. Just back off. Disengage. Just back off that shield. Yeah, we can reset. We can do left tower, right?
Oh, no.
B3 OP! Alright. B3 OP! Never mind. Okay, back in. Let's just everyone back and then just go straight to fire. Do speed? Their speed's up.
I'm coming, Matt. I'm coming. We got it. We got it.
I'm ulti.
Why?
Nice job. Good play.
Nice, Matt. Good secure, good secure, good secure.
Take
It's
a
called the
pestilence?
Gustav, dude. That's what he does in my
Take
casuals.
pestilence.
Does he?
Yeah.
Gustav.
Gustav, dude.
I'll sentry up fire. They're listening to us again.
Nah. It's weird. I don't think we're supposed to
tap
say
it,
when they're
dude.
listening to us. It makes it awkward, you know?
Yeah,
Nah,
they get
it's
beats.
alright.
So we should probably stop.
I guess
Matt,
please. Please.
Alright,
Let's just start fire. Just start fire. Like,
Right cams are up.
How many
soon.
right cams?
This is so eager. No,
I'm
come
gonna
to
let you
fire.
text me the
Alright.
conversions.
No, come to fire, please.
Okay.
We weren't listening to them.
Of course not. I didn't hear anything.
We're listening to the other team. Dwarfs, he's going to try to zone out the rest of Epsilon here as Eager has started up the Fire Giant. Well, you saw it there. They do not have the Mirror Ultimate available, unfortunately, to secure this objective, but it doesn't matter because Shane's just going to go down. And at this point, I mean, Epsilon keeps on trickling in one by one, like, oh, maybe I'll be the guy to stop them from doing the Fire Giant. And that Amir wall, they're going to completely isolate Sealcar. He's going to go over the wall with his ultimate. And now Tier's out of that fight. In the meantime, Kronos, he's going to find a little bit of room to split push a Tier 1 on the left side.
We're 19 minutes in, and the jungler and mid laner for Epsilon are level 12. This is one of the rare instances where I would actually agree with F6. We actually heard Epsilon comms a little bit, and I would say that they're arguing with each other, but they're very unhappy with the way that the team overall has performed. Maybe it's time to reset. This is a best of 3, so going into game 2 with a little bit more confidence instead of really waiting out this destruction. Like this game is over.
It seems fairly inevitable.
Eager 17-1 in kills.
Not to mention the
20 minutes in.
Maybe the most damning part of all of it is that there's 2 weakening curses on the side of Eager and none on the side of Epsilon, meaning that Chang'e heal is going to be doing nothing in these team fights, and the Sylvanas Guan Yu are going to be doing just so much.
We didn't really talk too much about the healing, but Eager, not only were they able to get those early kills, but then just consistently siege up. You can see they've already taken every single tower on the map. Blink in by Matt Koiz here. Penny going to try and go deep, but he's already lost his entire health bar. Jelly going to knock up 2. Soul, ultimate raining through, and look at this. We're just going to see Eager back off and heal up, and they'll be fine.
Well, Dwarfs, he's going to push up a lane, make his way to the mid lane, and the siege will continue.
Eager trying to break this Phoenix on the side. Matt Koiz once again going to blink in, looking for Sealcar, but Dwarfs, he's going real deep on Penny. The question is, can he secure him? Yes, he can. Now fighting onto 2. Meanwhile, Catalyst will pick up Matt Koiz in response.
Wisp.
Jelly, the heal's going through. Are Wisps going to secure this kill?
No, they'll make it back to the base. Good news is they took out that Chang'e there for Eager. Both weakening curses are down. No way to stop the healing coming in after this. Third Phoenix now on the list. Just like your kiss, Kevin.
I don't know. What were we looking for there?
Kenshin
going to taunt.
Not a big fan of Hollow Notes, Kevin? What's wrong with you?
No, I don't.
Good God. Good God, man. Catalysm is going to go ahead and rewind. And for now, I mean, Epsilon has held this. It's been one of their better fights.
I'd say so. But they are fighting on Phoenix's 20 minutes in.
Fair enough. Yeah. Phoenix is pretty powerful here.
Catalyst gonna try and get something. Kenshin actually could find a big taunt, but actually goes straight into the soul. And Sealcar on 1 life gonna be picked up by Eric Cougar. Catalyst trying to lock down Dwarst. Will get the stun. Chang'e coming through, but Dwarst, it doesn't matter. He's gonna be able to heal up consistently. And Epsilon, they're trying, but they're just so far behind. There's no way for them to fight this. Meanwhile, minions raining through onto the Titan. This is gonna be game 1 going the way of Eager.
Eager going to take a what appears to be about a 22.5-minute victory here. Nope, I lied. 21:43 is going to be your final game time as Eager sits pretty versus Epsilon there. And yeah, they looked like a top-seeded team.
They sounded confident too. You heard their comms. They were
all
joking
giggles.
around. They were feeling it. They knew they won that. Epsilon, they're gonna have to rethink their strategy in I'd say the picks and ban phase heading into this game too, because that's really where they suffered for me.
It seemed like a lot of comfort picks maybe that
Possibly.
all together turned into an extremely greedy
It's like
composition.
the Chang'e mid and the Nemesis jungle for me, right? The big thing in Smite is making sure your core can get your team ahead, or at least keep your team in the game for your sideline carries to make it into the late game. Your core consists of your support, your mid, and your jungle. And they picked 3 gods with absolutely no pressure on the map.
The Athena, but not really great follow-up or AoE potential out of the Nemesis.
No.
Chang'e brings some to the table, but Chang'e really needs to snowball to be like an effective damage dealer.
Chang'e can't clear wave early. That's her biggest problem. And we saw that there, especially against the Neath, who's able to consistently push around a tower. And then once it gets secure that first blood, when we actually saw Epsilon try and secure those left-hand side mid camps.
Yeah, that is your BenQ best play of this game, guys. Let's take a quick look at it. And what you're really looking at here is Sambam hitting this 2-man route through the wall, as well as will the unravel. But that one's a big circle. But this is a really great play. Through the wall, finds 2. The double route Jelly gets credit for 1, and then they're going to end up chasing this one down as well. The Wisp comes through, and oh, no actually, he
it
missed
was
that
just
one.
off the mark.
It would
was close.
have been a BenQ even better play had he hit that pole.
But yeah, the 2-man route into the other 2-man route coming out from Eager, they knew what was
nasty.
They knew what they were doing there.
Oh, yeah.
Jelly rotated with the
It looks
intention
like
of
they've done
securing
this
that
once or
first
twice
blood.
before, huh?
That was definitely a strategy they've employed in the MLG Pro League. But guys, game 1
in the books.
Game 2 going to be coming up here shortly. You can see Air Cougar right there prepping his team. He's not worried. He's probably going to be looking to draft something pretty similar.
You heard it should be a soul band coming from Epsilon. We'll see what else that Air Cougar and the boys from Eager have in the tank as we move into game number 2, guys. Toss it over to a quick break, and then we'll be back with the picks and bans for game 2, Epsilon versus Eager. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just a minute.